We're the Honest Triforce and we are ready to give you our list of the bosses from the Adventure of Link. We have changed the name of this category since the original Legend of Zelda, because it's not really a top list since we include every boss in the game. So from now on it's called Boss Ranking. Enjoy! Lame name and actually pretty easy. Many of the enemies you encounter in this dungeon are harder than the actual boss. Hit his head a number of times and dodge his slow mace swing and you've defeated him. An even lamer name. Is his name Helmethead just because he wears the helmet? Two helmets on his head? After the first hit on his head, the first helmet comes off and another just rises up from his body. Hit him again and that helmet goes off as well. The next thing coming up is his head. Does he keep his head below the helmets? And even inside his armor and still can stretch the neck so far out so that it looks normal? I don't understand how this guy looks like under the armor, but anyway. It may sound like this boss is weirder than Horsehead, but it ranks higher because the challenge it gives us is a lot better. With the helmets shooting fireballs or whatever that is at you, it makes this a pretty decent challenge. This boss consists of two phases. The first one is good, where he rides this armored ghost or phantom horse or whatever it is, and you have to attack him from above. The second one is just kind of douchey, because this shows why this boss is just called Iron Knuckle. He is then just like the regular enemy, except that he probably has increased health. Just like Horsehead, this is a hit and dodge type of boss. Only don't do damage to his head but to his body. Guma has longer range with his weapon, and that's about the only difference between him and Horsehead. In addition to having more hit points and that he does more damage, of course. If this fight will be more intense and more difficult, we will put this boss higher because Carock looks so damn cool. Sadly, the fight can be fought really easy. If you just stand in the corner, use a reflect spell and lower your shield, the spells will just reflect and hit him one time or another. It looked really good, but the fight turned out to be a bit disappointing. A dragon that spits fire. That's classic and never dies. This was a fun and good boss. Barba's attacks aren't that dangerous as they don't do much damage, but they can of course push you down to the lava. Just stay calm and jump out of the flames, and you have yourself a safe fight. So safe, in fact, that it was a bigger chance for me to die before the fight. This boss is actually pretty weird, but in a cool way. It looks both cool and weird. Well, it's called Thunderbird, which is probably because you have to use a spell called Thunder to make it vulnerable. But we still find it kind of weird that he uses fireballs to attack. It has great difficulty to be the next last boss in the game, and therefore earns number 2 on this list. Link is of course the coolest character in the Legend of Zelda series. What would then be one of the coolest bosses ever? A Dark Link! Shadow Link is the last boss in the Adventure of Link. Link's shadow jumps out of him and starts striking like crazy against him. What we also like about this boss is that if you're up for a real challenge, you can choose to fight in the real way, which is extremely hard, or if you're sick of the game or just want to get it over with, you can fight in the easy way by standing in the corner. This is one of the best ideas Nintendo have ever had. Both the fight itself and the idea of a Dark Link. That was our boss ranking from the Adventure of Link. Please feel free to subscribe or leave a comment, and thank you for watching our video.